experience so far has been really incredible. It's been a great way to get to know the organization as a whole. And part of what we're trying to do with innovation at Spaulding is we're trying to coordinate innovation internally within all the employees and staff at Spaulding, but also trying to form collaborations externally with organizations and universities and other hospitals. So it's been really a fun time to help lead the innovation program at Spaulding. Yeah, so what a hackathon is, the idea is that to create solutions to problems, whether it's healthcare or anything else, that the best way of doing it is to get people with different skill sets. And that's been one of the problems in medicine recently and in the past, is that sometimes you don't get novel ideas or innovation if you're not including other people from different industries and different skill sets. And so the idea of the hackathon is basically that you can get people with different skill sets in the same room, and that they can work together to create solutions for problems in medicine. And I thought of the idea through experiences at MIT. A hackathon, a medically related hackathon, has been going on in Boston through a group called MIT Hacking Medicine. And in working with them, we were able to do a hackathon event specifically for rehab medicine. So it certainly wasn't my idea, but I was able to do an event with Spaulding and also our American Academy of Physical Medicine and Rehabilitation, who supported the event, which was in Boston in 2015. And so for us, what we wanted to do, similar to other hackathons, is to try to gather not only healthcare providers, but also designers, engineers, folks from venture capital or entrepreneurs, to work together to see if we could help build some solutions for problems related to rehab medicine specifically. That's a good question. Where do you start? I think that if you had a situation where you could do whatever you wanted in innovation, I think that the first priority would be to try to identify the most pressing problems for whatever patient population that you're working with. And I think that creating solutions is all about experimenting as well. So I think having the funds to produce small experiments, and you can get a good sense as to what works and what doesn't, I think would be really important in terms of potentially moving ahead with ideas or innovations that had potential. But to do these little experiments takes a lot of time, takes a lot of resources, takes a lot of money, unfortunately. But I think that that's where I would put a lot of emphasis on, is to try a lot of different things. The expression fail quickly, fail early, I think is really important. There's a value to understanding what doesn't work, just as much as there's a value to understanding what does work. Yeah, I think coordination and funding, as well as adoption, I would say. And so by adoption, I mean that the whole idea of innovation is to experiment, it's to try new things, it's to try things that maybe most people think wouldn't work. But there's a value in trying new things, and I think some people are open to that and some people aren't. And so I think that trying to get people on the same page and people open to the idea that change is sometimes uncomfortable, change is hard. Some people don't like to change, but I think that change can also be really valuable, and change can be the potential for future improvement. So I think that might be one of the harder things, is just getting adoption and getting people on board and collaborating.